Springfield, state capital and the largest city in central Illinois. Proud owner of the title, the home of Lincoln. Many of those who call it home love to hang out in the city's downtown area, where the restaurants, curiosity shops, and cafes wait patiently for visitors to come strolling in. Heading south on 6th Street, just outside the downtown area, is the beautiful and historic Enos Park neighborhood. Covering 36 square blocks and a healthy portion of 7 streets, the Enos Park area is named after Pascal Enos, one of Springfield's founding fathers, who with his family lived in the area on what is now North 7th Street. Perhaps the most attractive part of strolling through this area are the lovely homes which adorn its streets. The vintage architecture and the building style contributes to the historic texture of the neighborhood, and proves true the area's old nickname, the Jewel of Springfield. The 1997 Fever River Research Survey identified 314 homes in the neighborhood as contributing to a historic district. It seems that in the time of Lincoln, anyone who was anyone lived in this area. We can see several of the homes on 6th Street alone. 1004 North 6th Street, built in 1905 for the son of the Secretary of State, Josiah Hatch. This house is of the arts and crafts movement, identified with Frank Lloyd Wright. 919 North 6th Street, a unique brick Italianate and its 2 neighbor houses to the north, built in 1859. 922 North 6th Street, another brick Italianate built in 1864 by Governor Madison for one of his daughters. 800 North 6th Street, a Queen Anne-style home built in 1906 and later inhabited by Louis Kerasotes, son of the founder of Kerasotes Theaters. Other sites include beautiful parks and locally owned businesses, such as the Bicycle Doctor, located on 5th Street. But Enos Park isn't just a replica of its former self, it's been improved, largely through the efforts of the EPNIA, or the Enos Park Neighborhood Improvement Association. This group of hardworking individuals works tirelessly to improve the area, following a development project outline that they call the Master Plan.
My name is Michelle Higginbotham. I'm a commercial broker with Coldwell Banker Commercial. I'm the Vice President of Enos Park Neighborhood Improvement Association and also one of the managers of Enos Park Development, along with Steve Combs and Linda Meyer. The Neighborhood Association was formed about 20 years ago, and then more recently Enos Park Development was created about 2 years ago as a follow-up to our master plan that was done in 2009. Back in 2009, we had hired Mansour Real Estate out of Indianapolis and the Lakota Group out of Chicago to complete a master plan for the neighborhood. I had the opportunity to hear someone from Mansour Real Estate give a presentation here in Springfield and was just really struck by the similarities between a neighborhood called Fall Creek in Indianapolis where they had worked and the demographics of our neighborhood in Enos Park. So a group of our board of directors actually took a trip to Indianapolis to see firsthand what they had done, and their neighborhood had won national awards for their revitalization efforts. So we ultimately decided to go ahead and hire Mansour to complete our master plan. And the way it was structured, their recommendations were over a 10-year time period, but broken up into different phases. So one of the first things that they recommended we do was to create an entity that would take care of the land banking, which is how Enos Park Development came into being. The other thing that was part of the first phase of their plan was to address the infrastructure issues. And we are fortunate that Enos Park is a TIF district, so we do have access to some financial resources. And what we did was all new sidewalks throughout the neighborhood. We put in historic street lighting along 5th and 6th Street to tie into the existing lighting in the downtown area and create that visual connection. We planted 250 new trees in the boulevards of the neighborhood, and we revitalized the parks themselves, Enos Park and Gehrman Park. So once we had those elements in place, we felt like that would help both in terms of attracting new homeowners to the neighborhood and also attracting developers down the road. We created Enos Park Development in August of 2010, and over a 2-year period, we've land banked about 65 different properties. What we do is we go out and buy up the worst of the worst. So that may mean a foreclosure, a tax sale, a vacant lot that's overgrown with weeds and trash. That may mean a house that has problematic renters in it. Many times we will go to a slumlord and offer to buy them out if there's a property that's been a chronic problem for the police or for the city. And so we buy up these properties at fairly nominal cost, and then we turn around and look for homeowners who will commit to revitalizing those structures. Well, there are about 4 phases to the master plan altogether, and some of them, like the land banking, are ongoing. Our basic strategy is to buy high and to sell low. So what we do is we purchase properties and then we turn around and sell them at a very nominal cost, generally less than $10,000, in many cases between $1,000 and $5,000, depending on the size and the condition of the property. Because we are set up as a 501c3. We are a not-for-profit entity, so we're not trying to make money on these houses, and in fact we know that we're going to lose money in most cases. What we're looking for are good neighbors. So we purchase these properties, we take care of any back taxes, liens, judgments, anything that may be clogging the title work. We work with an attorney and a title company to clear up those issues, to clear the way for a new buyer to come in. We then take applications from people who are interested in becoming homeowners, and we talk to them about their plans. But we do put some conditions on it. Even though they're purchasing the property very cheaply, there's some strings attached. One of those is that the property has to be single family and owner occupied. Now, we're not opposed to people flipping houses. If someone wants to come in and rehab a property and turn around and put it right back on the market, we're completely fine with that. And if they make money on it, even better, because then hopefully they'll do another one. What we don't want are additional rental properties, because we just have a disproportionate number of rental properties in the neighborhood right now, and we're not in the business of subsidizing landlords. But if someone will commit to keeping the property single family and owner occupied, that is a definite consideration. And the other thing that we're looking for is people who are willing to follow our design standards. That was an element of the master plan as well. The Lakota group from Chicago prepared a booklet for us of design standards, and the focus is really on the exterior of the property, because from our perspective, we are a historic neighborhood. Most of our housing stock is 100 years old plus, and when you drive down the street, you'll see Victorian, Italianate, Queen Anne, arts and crafts bungalows, a little bit of everything, but there's a definite character to the neighborhood, and we want to keep it that way. So we want to make sure that whatever work is done to the outside of these properties, that it preserves those architectural features and that historic character as much as possible. As far as the inside, people pretty much have free reign. As long as it's passes city inspection and meets basic safety standards, we really don't care what they do to the inside. But we want to make sure that the outside fits with the character of the neighborhood. So we are currently negotiating with a local builder and also talking to a couple of developers and offering to provide them with land in exchange for them completing new construction in accordance with our design standards. And we feel that that's a very essential component overall of bringing in new families to the neighborhood and also bringing in the new construction to fill in those gaps. Another thing that we're very excited about is our partnership with Habitat for Humanity. We have just begun a 5-year partnership with them, where they have agreed to complete one project a year for the next 5 years in Enos Park. We will provide them with the land at no cost, and then they will build in accordance with our design standards. So they already have work underway on their first project, which is a 2-unit townhouse that they're building on 5th Street on a double lot that we gave to them. And instead of using vinyl siding, which they would typically use on their homes, they're using a product called LP Smart Side. We're very pleased with that. We're recommending that to a lot of our homeowners. It mimics the look and the feel of wood siding, but it's much more of a maintenance-free type of item. So it addresses the concern that a lot of people have about needing to paint on a regular basis. They've also elevated the foundation, they've changed the front porch, and just changed the proportions of the house overall to fit with the neighboring homes, which are over 100 years old on either side of it. So we hope there again that when the work is complete and you drive down the street and look at that row of houses, that you won't be able to tell which one was just finished and which ones have been standing there for 100 years.
With the EPNIA and its partners behind it, the Enos Park neighborhood continues to grow and develop, revitalizing the old and bringing in the new. The combined efforts of these people is putting love back into these beautiful homes, and you too can be a part of this, to keep Enos Park the jewel of Springfield.